Aloha, y'all. It is Wednesday, ruled by Mercury, Woden's Day, Wednesday, the 18th of November. Today is a white cosmic wizard guided by endlessness, according to the Mayan dream spell. It is also a sacral chakra day, which is called the Svadhisthana chakra. So if you're going to be doing meditation today, try to incorporate this chakra, do all the chakras, but doing this one specifically today will help quite a bit. Do the mudras, the mantras, kind of get it all done, and you will be grateful for it, I promise. I'm always very surprised how much better I feel, how more grounded, energized, simultaneously, paradoxically, clear, and alive I feel when I do these things. The sun is in Scorpio, the moon is in Capricorn, Mercury is in Scorpio, Venus is in Libra, and Mars is in Aries. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for the day. I'm going to be doing this as a recording now, not doing live on Facebook. I can't do live on Facebook anymore for some reason. Just a lot of levels. It wouldn't let the recording quality of the audio go through as it should. On top of that, wow, the lighting's going everywhere. On top of that, yeah, it was like I tried it on my computer, so it was like it started and then stopped. So fuck Facebook, and I'm just gonna do what I can. So if you like these videos, watch them on YouTube. Spread that link, share that link, tell people about it, subscribe, whatever's clever. This is gonna be the way I do it now. So let's go ahead and pull a card. It's unfortunate, but the Zuckerberg situation isn't allowing me to do what I do. So what have we got today on this Wednesday? We've got the Four of Swords. Make sure you guys can see this. Four of Swords. Today is about, this is about meditation, calming the mind, getting still mentally. Swords are mind. So if you're a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, you're naturally going to resonate with swords as a suit. And the Four of Swords is as follows. Lighting shifting a lot right now, so I gotta change it. So, Four of Swords, meditation, taking care of the mind as well as the body. Resting before putting your plans into motion. Four of Swords, I allow myself to rest in stillness. Take this moment to rest and recuperate after a time of challenge. Recharge yourself. Give yourself a period of contemplation and stillness, rejuvenating your mind and body. To sit in stillness and do nothing and to not do anything presents a different challenge as we observe the incessant mental chatter. Right? The mind tends to make a lot of noise. But slowly we can see it's just the activity of an active mind. Is there any middle ground here? All right. When we focus, the lighting on this autofocus is horrible. Consider the light. I guess there's clouds that are coming in and out of light. When we focus on the breath and the accompanying sensations it causes, we are able to come into the present moment. In the present, we simply become aware of what it is arising, unburdened by thoughts pertaining to the past or the future. Meditation and stillness allows us to dissolve the illusion of the ego, which reveals a gift, the golden eternity. As described by Jack Kerouac in Scripture of the Golden Eternity, which conveys the mystic sense of rest and unity in all things. You're one with everything. Being at peace at that level is possible. Cultivating the art of presence is our greatest gateway to true happiness. The Four of Swords depicts the Starman sitting in meditation. He holds two swords by the blades, so the implements of action and violence are transformed into tools of meditation. Delicately balanced on his knees, in front of him spins a gyroscope. He will not remain sitting for longer than it naturally spins. This time of rest is strategic, an integral part of a well-balanced, multifaceted life. With the moon in Capricorn, it's the ability to take care of ourselves practically, right? Emotional practicality, and deepening. Scorpio moon, sun rather, right? The diamond geometry pattern emanating from his third eye refers to Diamond Sutra, the discourse of the Buddha on the nature of ultimate reality. MRI scans taken while patients practice meditation and mindfulness reveal how the brain's fight or flight center, known as the amygdala, the primal region of the brain associated with fear and emotion, actually shrinks in size. While neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to change and adapt and learn, is greatly impaired by stress and burnout, and most other organs of the body are adversely affected as well. Chronic stress is a killer. Stress was the 52 gene key I read this morning with my fiance. I have this in my thing. Stress is the shadow. Silence, I think it was the city, right? The gift is restraint. So when we restrain ourselves, when we kind of chill out, we lose the stress. The amygdala stops getting triggered, The stress disappears. Chronic stress is a killer. It is crucial to have a period of replenishment after a time of intense work or any form of trauma. The Four of Swords suggests it is time to take a break from the persistent activity and thrust of life. Investigate the nature of the mind through the powerful process of breath and observation. We at times are forced to take care of the body, this is your time to support, nourish, and cleanse your mind. Giving yourself space. Life is relentless. It never stops. The stories of our lives revealing themselves moment to moment. However, there are times when you must simply stop. Or be still, right? Peace, be still. Like the space between words that give form to sentences, being still is as important as taking action. So today, Four of Swords, meditation, taking care of the mind as well as the body, and resting before putting your plans into motion. Very apt for a Mercury Wednesday. It's like, instead of just like, it's like, still the mind. Come to a place of stillness and be able to come powerfully, Sun and Scorpio, into a place of practical achievement. Ultimately, you can achieve more if you're coming at it in balance, right? Is the idea. So, and just a little tidbit, I have plugged up my computer and have a little amp and my keyboard. Not today. I'm gonna probably play a song today, and not jam, but I'm gonna put a plan into motion. I'm going to start playing with accompaniment and loops and songs and stuff that I come up with on the fly for these cards. So it should get more interesting real soon here. It is always fun to just jam with my guitar and make loops that way, but now I'm going to have keyboards or any instrumentation that I want, that kind of stuff, beats. It'll be dope. So stay tuned for that on this YouTube channel. So we've got the Three of Earth, or not the Three of Earth, the Eight of Earth, rather. I was misreading that. Whoa. The Eight of Earth. Have I made it too dark to see? That's too light to see. Whatever. Doing what I can with what I got. So, the Eight of Earth. Let's figure out what that's about, shall we? It's hard being a self-producing person sometimes because I just got to deal with the shitty technology that I've got, right? So I don't want this to be all washed out. I want you to be able to see the art. That's good enough. So, Eight of Earth. Growth, manifestation, accomplishment, success, abundance, wealth, and appreciation. Very Moon in Capricorn. Achievement, success, right? Manifestation and abundance. Key phrases: success, wealth, and love. Do what you love what you do. Don't make mistakes. No, don't hang on to things that don't serve you anymore. And also things that you enjoy, don't just throw away because you don't want, you do what you love and love what you do. I can't say it any better. Make plans for the future. A time of abundance is ahead. Confidence in a future outcome. Do not rest on your laurels, so don't sit still, right? Don't just do nothing. And just be like, well, I'm complete, I'm done, I'm woke, I'm finished. It's like, or not. You'll be dead when that happens. Money does not buy happiness, which is a lesson for Capricorn Moon. Emotional satisfaction doesn't come through wealth, necessarily financially, though it can help. And lose the lack mentality. So scarcity is not a thing unless you believe it to be so. The Eight of Earth symbolizes success, wealth, and love. The manifestation of a positive attitude, doing what you love and loving what you do. This is a very optimistic card, one that suggests a time of abundance, fruitfulness, and a good harvest is ahead. Libra, Venus. Peaceful, happy home, career confidence, the respect of your peers. What more could you ask for? All the seeds born of past planting are growing well, and you can be confident that the outcome you need will manifest. I do hope that my inability to go live on Facebook might diminish the amount of views. So if you do watch this and you do enjoy this, comment on it, share it, like it, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to be that guy, but it's like it's a lot easier when something just pops up on your feed and is live to participate with it than going and watching the video. So hopefully my adaptations still prove successful, whatever that means. This could also be a good time to think about taking the next big leap, like me jamming with my computer and beats and stuff, writing music more, rather than resting on your laurels instead of just playing guitar jams constantly. You have it within you to go further and reach greater heights if you so desire, especially if you remain committed to doing everything to the best of your ability. Moon in Capricorn. You can powerfully transform Sun and Scorpio into higher domains with the Moon in Capricorn towards success. The Eight of Earth signifies a time to look, acknowledge, and celebrate your success, and perhaps to start making new plans for the future as well. Beautiful card. Take a moment and pause and be appreciative. Contemplate in stillness of mind the blessings you have and that what you can do with those blessings. It's time to move forward with what you got and not look back at the past and cry and over spilled milk kind of stuff. Thank it for the lesson and move on into the next chapters confidently soberly, and hopefully, right? So let's go ahead and get a Galactic Heritage card from Lisa Royal. I love all my cards. I'm at a point where I've got like a lot of decks, and I've actually got a new deck coming soon, an Angel deck that's going to be dope. I'll probably pull Angel cards too at some level. Spiritual Technology. So, Spiritual Technology, number 23, Vega. And I was stargazing the other night, and Vega was really talking to me. Like loud, shining bright. 23, the number 23 is a big deal. It's a Jim Carrey movie. If you don't know, check it out. It's a weird movie about synchronicities and very Piscean age delusions. 23, Vega, Spiritual Technology, Present Timeline. The ancient Vegan mystics became quite adept at creating spiritual technology. This refers to using tools such as crystals, wands, geometry, and so on. Geometry like this, or the tapestry. To enhance spiritual experiences or perform a function such as cleaning the energy in a home or healing a person. Originally, these tools were meant to be an enhancement of spiritual practices, but over time, the Vegans became dependent on them and forgot the power that was not in the objects. They're just symbols, right? Exterior symbols to show power. They don't have power in and of themselves necessarily. This was a profound lesson. I mean, it triggers our mind and spirit in a certain way, a technology. This was a profound lesson for them. Examine how you use spiritual tools now. Do you depend on them more than your own inner power? If for example, and I'll just use myself, tripping once a week on acid was something I did for a long time. If I can't get to these places of bliss and joy and contemplation without LSD, maybe I'm relying on that tool too much, right? Doesn't mean the tool's bad. My use of the technology, right? Tools are inert. It's our intention and our action with those tools that creates the like good or bad of it. And are we dependent on tools? Can you be chill without, mantras and meditating and breathing and all this stuff help? But it's like, can you like maintain your peace without like having to be like, well, I got to go on a psychic retreat and I got to get away from everybody. Fuck everybody. It's like that means you're not like keeping the lesson. You're just using the technology over and over and over again. Hopefully, at some point you learn how to ride the bike without the training wheels, right? In a middle development era of the Vega civilization, a branch of spiritual science began to focus on spiritual technology. What is spiritual technology? It is a technology that assists spiritual development. It can range from external tools such as crystals, wands, frequency generators, healing tools, and more. It can also include meditation techniques that have elaborate processes or steps that seem as if they provide a shortcut to the desired goal, but can often instead lead the practitioner along a path of distraction. So it's like, yo, if you think you have to, meditate on your head saying Om, and that's the only way to get there, then you're becoming dependent on spiritual technology. That doesn't mean there's not value in doing that, right? There is value probably in doing that, or listening to, solfeggio frequencies, or looking at sacred geometry. But if you can't get to these, or doing psychedelics, doing meditation, if you can't come to these places without the distraction of the thing itself, the achievement doesn't come through. If you have to use these tools constantly and you don't beat yourself up, but if you have to come at it with these tools, you're using training wheels, and that's okay too. Sometimes you're just stuck in training wheel mode. Accept it for what it is. But our goal is to become bike riders of consciousness without so many training wheels. All tools are neutral and can be used in a balanced way, an addictive way, or a way that controls others. So if you're like, I'm vegan and I'm controlling my diet, and you're an asshole for not being vegan, that's not such a good look. But if veganism is causing you to be like more loving to your fellow man and animals and stuff, that's great. Then it's doing the thing. This era in the Vega civilization was a challenging one, and it connects to the era on Earth in present day, where many are looking for spiritual shortcuts instead of doing the real deep inner work necessary for spiritual transcendence. If this card appears in your reading, it could mean different things depending on the surrounding cards, your life circumstances, and past karma. Perhaps it may imply that you're becoming too addicted to spiritual technology and need to look at your inner self as a source of evolution. So it's like, yes, certain meditations and certain methods, meditation and psychedelics or whatever, these things are not, they're neutral, but it's like, are you becoming dependent on them? Ask yourself that honestly. Perhaps it may imply you're becoming too addicted to spiritual technology, solfeggio frequencies. Like, you won't think you can get joy or be able to have the law of attraction and stuff unless you hear like 432 hertz and all that kind of stuff. You are the source of this evolution. Or perhaps the opposite is true. Perhaps you can benefit by investigating spiritual technology in a balanced way. So maybe you've never looked into solfeggios, or you've never done psychedelics, or maybe you've never done meditation. Check it out. There's a hype there for a reason, but it's not all there is. That balanced way is what it's talking about. It could also be pointing to past lives in Vega or Atlantis in which you dealt with the misuse of technology. Go within and examine what this card means in the context of the other factors mentioned. So always going within and examining yourself. Know thyself is the maxim. That is a spiritual technology, and also looking at it as a part of your achievement process. Like being human, part of it means learning how to operate this vehicle. That's what a responsible, user does. We're users of our vehicles. Like this is what our consciousness is using to operate through. So, let's go ahead and get an animal oracle card. Let's see what wants to pop. We've got the Jaguar, release. So this is very in tune and in line with the Four of Wands, where it's about releasing your mind, right? With this being a Mercury day, maybe it's releasing ideas so new ideas can come in. Maybe, some spiritual technologies are great, but like, are you addicted to those technologies to the point that they've done their use and you can do this on your own? The training wheels. Releasing the mind in order to get into a meditative Oops. Let me flip that around. A contemplative place. I don't know how that just happened. And then releasing sitting on your laurels is like resting on your laurels, sitting on your accomplishments. Release your accomplishments and thank them and be grateful and appreciative of them in order to get to new places. I'm kind of rambling, trying to relate it all, and then I flipped it around, so hopefully that didn't scare you. You saw my curtain. Number 9, also a very powerful number. What number isn't powerful? Let's be real. So number 9, Jaguar, release. Are there tools and methods that we need to release in order for new tools and methods to come in, new insights, new thoughts? If we hold on to one thought and say this is how it is and never let go, you won't develop necessarily. You'll be stuck. So release helps with this. Release what no longer you no longer need. Some spiritual technology might be like, you've done this for 5, 10, 20 years and there's beauty in that, but then it's like, are there next levels to this? You got to ask yourself these questions. Take action to move something from ideas into the physical world. So taking the mental, psychological Scorpio sun and making it practical and real. Moon in Capricorn. Let go of the old, stale, and choose renewal. Wash away the negative aspects of the past. Surrender it all and embrace the new. I said that. It says the new. So, mythos. Ixchel, the fierce jaguar goddess, the ancient Mayan culture, was the goddess of midwifery. I swear, this lighting situation is abysmal. Was the goddess of midwifery, fertility, earth, rain, and the sacred sweat bath. Widely honored, her cult extended at one time as far as the islands off the coast of the Yucatan. It was she who women turned to at the time of birthing. At birthing time, the woman was oiled and flowers put into her hair. The sweat bath, solid and womb-shaped, was prepared and the rainwater barrels gathered ready for the purging steam. Prayers to Ixchel in her jaguar form were offered. The woman would enter the sweat bath for some days until her labor began. This is on page 42. Another interesting number. She heard the songs of her ancestors. Mercury ruled Wednesday, singing, speaking, right? And in order to hear the songs, which is a spiritual technology, an accomplished, practical thing, aid of Earth, she has to listen. She has to, be still. Four of Wands. She heard the ancestors, the songs of her tribe, the songs of gods, and especially of Ixchel, as it was she who granted and would aid the birth. Stories were told to fill the spirit of the woman's baby and make it strong and healthy. Spiritual technologies, right? She would begin her labor and sweat for the release. She would leave the sweat bath and give birth outside. Offerings were made to the jaguar goddess to celebrate the birth, and then the mother would re-enter the steam bath to purge herself of the afterbirth and of any toxins in her body. She would leave the sweat bath a mother, no longer a maiden, one day to become a grandmother. She was in a mode of achievement, right? She wasn't resting on her laurels. As I'm a woman, hear me roar. She's like, I was a single woman. Now I'm a mother. One day this baby will have babies probably, and I'll be a grandmother, right? So that's cool. She's a part of the circle of life at that level. The animal. If there's one word that can be used to describe this particular member of the genus Panthera, it is powerful. Jaguars are built powerfully, emphasizing their strength right down to their bones. They are stocky and low slung with robust legs that can leap on and crush their prey. They are adept at swimming and can crawl silently through thick jungle. Their jaws are particularly well developed, and comparative bite force studies show that they possess the greatest force above clouded leopards, tigers, and lions. This enables them to literally pulverize the bones of their prey. Very Sun in Scorpio, pulverizing the bones of your prey. Jaguars are typically, and I swear, the saturation of the colors. Jaguars are typically spotted, but they come in a melanistic variation of black panthers. These particular panthers are only found in South America, whereas the pattern-coated jaguar are found right across Central North America, Mexico, and South America, including in the Amazon. African and Asian panthers are called leopards. The jaguar is the apex predator in most of its habitat, yet is threatened by habitat loss and killing by humans. Magic. Call upon the releasing power of the jaguar woman Ixchel when you are ready to let go of something. And we can get to that place through meditation, Four of Wands, right? So it's like when you're ready to release something, sit still, be thankful for where you've been and thankful for where you're going, right? Grateful and practical about it, and use this stillness of mind and this meditation techniques, maybe a drug trip, whatever, to summon in. Magic is even a spiritual technology. Summon in and release that which is no longer serving you to make room for the new. Whether it is excess of something, a bad habit, a disease, or old patterns, Ixchel is a powerful discharging force. For those who are getting ready for the birth, she is a wise guide and will assist you to have an easier birth. Symbology is the sweat bath, upturned water jug, woman with jaguar ears, steam. Status, the status of jaguars is threatened. So we've got to be careful. Even powerful beings such as this are, vulnerable if we're not mindful about it. Good golly. You're going to get me talking a lot about the lighting today because it's just one of them days. So, let's get an art oracle card. What wants to pop? Hopefully you're all doing well. Type in where you're watching from. Always fascinating to see where monkeys across the world, or spiritual beings, however you want to put this, are watching from. We've got William Morris with Venus and Libra vibes going pretty hard here, as you will see in a second when I find him. Where's he at? William Morris? There he is. All right, William Morris. He is beautiful and symmetrical, balanced like a Venus and Libra. Director of a successful decorative arts firm, William Morris sexed up prudish Victorian interiors with his enlightened stained glass wallpaper, furniture, and tapestry designs. He brought transformation in the art world through practicality. Capricorn Moon, Scorpio Sun, and beautification, right? A trained architect, furniture designer, and textile master. Master is very Capricorn Moon, the achievement, right? He was a textile master, painter, and poet. Morris also pioneered fantasy genre and literature, fostering the development of a new strain of nerd. In his free time, Morris contemplated Marxist revolution and socialist action. He changed his own mode of production to be more socially and environmentally just. So it wasn't just about talking talk. He made it happen. Moon and Capricorn. Right-wing governments everywhere probably keep a file on him in case of a socialist undead uprising. Ha ha ha. Humor all about it. So, to be prolific, be versatile, right? And I think something that we can learn very quickly about versatility, at least in a human sense, is sometimes action isn't the only necessary thing. Sometimes we really do need to go to a place of stillness and to let this spark rise up through us and illuminate us fully, right? That kind of spiritual technology is at our disposal. Focus, meditation, clearing the mind, right? It can lead to greater achievement in the material world, practically speaking, right? Where it's like, oh, we make more beautiful things. He had some ideas, and then he went out and made more beautiful things with these ideas, whether it's textiles or poetry or whatever, right? And even his factory became more socially just. He was a change for positive in the world, right? He had to release some of his old paradigms. I'm sure some of his bougie friends were like, you're too progressive. Oh my gosh. He's like, I got to release your approval. I've got to do what makes me feel right inside. I've got to be authentic to my own journey. Capricorn Moon, Venus and Libra. I've got to beautify and balance my shit practically and really and truly and be honest for powerful transformation, release, even alchemy. Scorpio Sun. So there's one more stone card. I was like, I'm getting ahead of myself, I feel, and it's true. So we've got, I have no clue what this is. Azurite. This is a pretty gnarly looking. This looks like Scorpio, Sun, Capricorn, Moon. It's like very hard and intense, but also deep and mysterious. What it is, meditative and dreamy, guys. Can't make this shit up, right? Meditative and dreamy. He's dreaming in it with his third eye open, meditating, right? Meditative and dreamy. Azurite is a soft, powdery to prismatic, rich blue copper-infused mineral. Who needs it? The materialistic, vain, and always craving. That's Moon and Capricorn shadow, Sun and Scorpio shadow, where it's just like, I want to be the best. I want to control it. I want to win. I want to dominate. That's not a judgment. That's almost all of us. Leos especially, it says. Where to put it? Alongside the spiritual shovel you're using to dig your way out of that prison of worry, indecision, and desire you've constructed around yourself. Yo, we're all building up constructs of beliefs that are probably not helpful ultimately. We have to, shed those beliefs more and more. Practical. That's how we achieve greater things. If she didn't, at some point she's like, I'll hold on to a wand, and that's her letting go of the ability to not hold on to a wand, right? We have to adapt, but letting go sometimes means Four of Swords, losing grip, losing control. With the Sun in Scorpio and the Moon in Capricorn, we could be using spiritual technologies, psychedelics, meditation, breathing, contemplation, mindfulness, in order to release that which no longer serves us, right? This is about exploring your hidden depths. Right? This is super Scorpio Sun. Exploring your hidden depths. How do you do that? Through contemplation, meditation. To be prolific, be versatile, right? So how, doing, that's great. Not doing, also great. A mode we don't normally tap into. And you can quantumly entangle with this Azurite. Explore your hidden depths. Let us imagine in a very contemplative way maybe what's possible and explore that. So I'm going to play a song. Let me get this open. I haven't thought about what I would play. I just know I wasn't going to jam. Alright. I don't know what's going on here. So, cool. I think I'm going to play a song by the Beatles. I tend to do that. Because, Four of Swords is about imagining, through contemplation or whatever. I'll play Imagine. So, do this. And hopefully this all works. Thanks for bearing with me. This computer is the computer I'm going to use to jam. And the keyboard is all set up here, so that should be, maybe tomorrow even I'll do that. So... And then one more thing, make sure the headphones aren't on top. Cool. I don't think it's tuned. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Very Four of Swords, being present, right? Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion to release, right? Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope that someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. A little out of my range, but whatevs. Yeah, the world will be as one when we get out of our heads, y'all. The divisions, the heavens, the hells, the wars, the possessions, all this stuff that we're clinging to, you lose it very quickly when you go into meditative mode. And it doesn't mean these things are bad. Accomplishments are good. The world is real as far as we participate with it, right? And, things aren't bad inherently, but there are spiritual techniques, right? Meditation, psychedelics, etc. Humility is a spiritual technique that can actually cause us to release our attachments, our unhealthy attachments and perspectives, in order to be prolific and versatile. In order to spread our wings, our swan wings, and fly to the highest, we have to explore our hidden depths. And the deepest depth is the imagination. That is like the place, the seat of which all is springing. So explore your hidden depth with Azurite. Explore your hidden depth on this Four of Swords kind of day, where we're able to go deep in order to shed that which no longer serves us, in order to accomplish more. Less is more in a way. You can't take it all with you, right? So spiritual technologies are going to allow us to release, upgrade, and become more prolific and versatile through exploration of our depths. The depths being imagining crazy thoughts. No heaven, no hell, no possessions. Everything is always present. Like these ideas, these concepts, if you meditate on them as potentials, whether you agree with them or not is a different matter. But if you say, is this possible even, you will explore more vastly the depths of your being and the being that connects us all together. So hopefully that makes sense. We have a podcast today with Huna. I believe we're going to be talking about twin flames and portals and stargates. That should be interesting. Tomorrow, Richard Rudd of Gene Keys, the guy who developed that system, is coming on the podcast. That should be great. The Team Rabbithole podcast. Check it out. You'll love it, I bet. I love doing it with Raphael. He's, it's fun to explore these things, and we're starting to get very interesting conversations and guests on. Like, subscribe, and share, I guess, is a YouTube kind of thing, right? Whoa, all these shifts in light, dear God. And yeah, comment, let me know anything, like if the sound quality is good, how you're feeling about the reading, if you like the song Imagine, if you think it's bullshit, if you think it's probable, if you think it's helpful, whatever's clever. And ultimately know that today, taking a chill pill, taking a moment out, right, and kind of going within is going to be how you conquer without. As within, so without, right? He's taking a minute and not being a warrior and just kind of stilling his mind so he can actually go accomplish eventually in the real world, quote unquote, the outside world, as within, so without. So use spiritual technologies to release that which no longer serves you in order to diversify your experience and explore your hidden depths psychologically, spiritually, and otherwise. Hopefully that all makes sense. Hope you guys have a good day, and thanks for tuning in. Adios.